Hey everybody, today I'm going to go through this instructional video on how to do a combo repair with glue pulling and with your traditional tool work. So we're going to go in here and take care of this fender right here, the dent down here on this fender, with again a combination of glue pulling and pushing it out with a dent tool. Here we have our dent, and we have found our first major crown right along here. This right here is where I'm going to begin my crown work prior to lifting any of the metal. Directly after I finish the crown work, I'm going to put a glue tab right into the center of this damage. We'll see how much of it comes up. With the second view of this damage, we can also see the crown right here. If you notice my light setup, I got one light coming in at a parallel angle, and I've got the other light coming in at a vertical angle. This will give me optimum cross-checking while doing the crown work on this repair. As usual, we will start our knockdown work with the rubber tip. And now we're going to begin cross-checking our knockdown work. I have a light coming in from this lower angle, panning across this way, and now I'm looking at it from this other angle, finishing up the crown work. Alright everybody, so now it's time to go in for our first glue pulling session. What I have here on this specific dent, I'm going to use an Atlas Titan. Now this specific tab right here has kind of an oval shape. It's not the flat one. It kind of reminds you if you cut off the top part of a football. It has that curve up at the top. I'm going to go ahead and place this in the deepest part of the dent, pulling it first. We're probably going to take anywhere from 3 to 7 pulls on this panel. Now we can, throughout the process, change the tabs depending on how the dent molds its way out. Everybody, I'm going to go ahead and drop my first tab to the front center of this body line. To me, that's definitely looked like the deepest point. So I'm going to try to kill two birds with one stone. I'm actually going to pull the front of that, and then at the same time, it should straighten out some of the body line. I'm going to go ahead and attach a slide hammer this time. And take our pull. A little alcohol. And this is what it looks like directly after my first pull. As you can see, I pulled a high spot to the front of that body line. Now at this point, we have the other shallow spot behind the line. Again, using the same tab, let it set up for a moment. And take my pull. A little alcohol. As you can see, that low spot turned into a high spot. At this point, I've got most of the dent raised up, and I'm going to go ahead and go in for a knockdown session. However, instead of using the blunt knockdown that had the rubber ball as a tip, I'm going to go ahead and go in there and dial this thing in with a little bit of a sharper nylon tipped knockdown. Alright guys, I'm going to start out with the highest area. During this process, you may check your crown work up here because you may see some hidden crowns emerge themselves. Alright everybody, at this point I'm going to go ahead and take my next pull. Got everything knocked down rather nicely. And I'm going to take it right here on this edge. Let the glue tab set up a moment. And that's why an Atlas Titan is one of my go-to tabs for dents that have an oval shape. As you can see, that thing pulled hard. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to mold this dent outwards. Reshaping it to the point to where we take a dent that was much larger and we turn it into a much smaller, manageable dent. Alright, so now I'm at a point to where I'm going to go ahead and go in here and cross-check my knockdown work. We went ahead and looked at it from that kind of the angle where we're looking down at it. Now I'm going to want to go in here and define it from this angle. We're going to go ahead and go in here and unbutton a few of these clips. That should give us plenty of room to get our tool back behind there and begin our push work. Alright everybody, I just want you to get an idea of now what this dent looks like prior to going in here and doing a little bit of push work. As you can see, we've greatly minimized the impact area, and now it's ready to push on. I even got a little one down here that we've just picked up and just noticed. Again, now we've got it unbuttoned under here, so I can slide a tool in here. I'm going to be using this 24-inch long double bend. As you can see, it's got a nice curve on it there, so it'll get around that fender edge, and it's got a decently sharp tip, which is going to help me pinpoint any of them little low spots. Alright guys, this is my setup to start this dent. I've got a light coming in at this direction. I'm going to finish up by ironing out this little crease that's left in the middle. And then I can continuously cross-check by bringing my head a little bit lower and looking into this light. Making little methodical pushes, shrinking the damage area. Now after pushing that up, I'm ready to cross-check. As usual, we're going to throw some knockdown work into the mixture, bringing the dent up with balance. And at this point, guys, it's basically just rinse and repeat. So right now I'm in an exchange where I'm pushing up some little lows and then tapping down some highs, trying to bring the dent up in balance. Push here, tap here. Or you got a little high here, tap here, push here. Bringing the entire structure of the dent up nice and level. As usual, cross-checking is paramount. I'm going to be checking this from 360 degrees. I'm going to flip my light down at several different angles, and I'm even going to take a look at it through the natural reflections to make sure everything is dialed in just the way it needs to be prior to delivery. You have it. We have the finished product. Now we just got to go ahead and button this thing up and get it ready for delivery. Alright everybody, I want to talk about a few things that we learned here from this repair. Now this was what we would want to call a glue pull and a pushing combination. The reason why we did it that way is so I can move a lot of the metal along and avoid little push marks throughout the process. Basically, what we've learned here is that you can look at certain dents and you can say to yourself, no, it's not exactly how I'm going to repair that dent, but how can I take that dent and change it into a manageable shape? And that's exactly what we did. We used the Atlas Titans, football size. They matched the circumference of the dent and pulled it from the deepest part to the most shallow part. We were able to tap out the crowns, release that pressure first, and bring that metal up. And then went in behind the fender liner to put our finishing touches on it. Now typically what this will do, it will minimize your repair time. Because you're taking what would have been a big dent, you'd have to get in there and push around and mold around, and just turning it into something that is much more manageable. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial here, and we will see you on the next one. Alright everybody, I just wanted to go ahead and give you a natural shot of this dent as well. Just kind of show you how you would expect a repair like this to turn out. Don't pay attention to my voice in the background there. That's actually another video player that I have going right up here in our window. There you have it.